Good morning, everybody. Well, we finally got our bus. It is a 2009. It is a Thomas safety liner. It was built, we believe, by Matthews Industries in North Carolina. It's an old American Red Cross bloodmobile. Turns out that it suits what we're looking for pretty well. Automatic transmission. It's got an Allison automatic in it. It's got a Cummins 6.7 liter diesel engine. Runs out. We drove it 5 hours to get it back here from North Carolina where we bought it. Thanks to the people at Adair Motors in Forest City, North Carolina. Shout out to them. They treated us right on it. They knew what we were wanting to use it for, and they gave us a good price on it. They really did. Just to give you an idea of the dimensions of it, because it is a bloodmobile, it was built for people to be able to get in and out of it, of all different sizes. It is, on the inside dimensions, it's 7 foot wide. The actual, let's call it passenger compartment, 37 feet long. The inside height is 7 foot 2 inches tall. There's a kind of a view of the bus. Lots of seats for, I think they were using it for, to draw blood and whatever. But there's a lot of wiring, a lot of computer stuff was in this bus. Demolition, though we're saving money and time on the doing the roof raise on it, we're using up that time on the demolition of it because there's a lot of electrical components and cabinets and all that need to be demoed before we can even start to build. Just to give you a little idea of exactly what's going on. The reason we're doing these videos is my wife and I we go to church a lot. 2-3 times a week. Listen, you could always use church. Trust me, we all need it. Everybody talks about how they get this calling. Never knew what that meant. I'm 57 years old. I've been working since I was probably about 14 years old. I got my first job. Mowing lawns in a cemetery, of all places. Since then, I have done everything from, I was paramedic, I was a firefighter, I say recently, 4 years ago, I retired from the police department in the town that we live in South Carolina. And we still live in that town. But I've done pretty much everything. My grandfather taught me how to build furniture, and it's something that I still do today. Most of what we build right now is picnic tables, and we ship them all over the country. We also own a power washing company. We're not making a lot. I make enough to support my family, and that's all I plan to do. The days of me working 90, 100, 120 hours a week are done. Not doing it no more. Getting too old. It's time to slow down. Everybody keeps telling me that. And that's what I'm doing. I gotta slow down. I've got a broken back. I broke my back in 2 places. I'm not a lumberjack. and that's what I was trying to do. I've had heart surgery, and none of us know just how long we got. But back to what I was saying before. Everybody talks about how they get a calling, and they don't know what it is. They talk about it, and I never knew what that meant. One day, I woke up just out of the blue, and what was weird was my wife had the same calling as me, I guess you could say. It started with, we were in a restaurant in town, and we were talking to this waiter about our church. Our church, we are charismatic Pentecostal. Didn't know what that meant until I started going there. But it's a great church. It's part of the Assembly of God. It's called Faith Church. We don't have this, they don't get out the rattlesnakes. Everybody don't scream in tongues and all that. Anybody is welcome in our church. We don't care. Black, white, pink, purple, Asian, Mexican, we don't care. You're all welcome. We're all children of God. And we woke up and we had the same vision. It was like we felt like God has called us to spread the word and be disciples. I don't know. I'm not a pastor. Never claimed to be, and never will be. But you don't need to be a pastor to spread the love of Jesus. You really don't. You just got to have the faith. So we set out on a mission. And the mission was that we were going to pretty much sell everything. We're going to build a bus. We were originally looking for a school bus. We're going to build a bus. We're going to travel across the country. We will work in different areas across the country, doing whatever, carpentry, pretty much anything. And just so that we can talk to people. We've bought cases of Bibles. We've started a GoFundMe page. Our GoFundMe page is Our Mission to Share God's Love. Feel free to visit it. You'll see our story. But what we're doing now is we started with no money. You would think, well, he owns a company. He's got money. Well, guess what? You don't have money. People that own companies, if they try to tell you that they got money, they're lying to you. Because guess what? If you're not putting at least 75% of what you make back into your company, it ain't never going to happen. That company ain't going to last. That's just my belief. I'm not. Yes, I've had college. Yes, I've been to college. I've got business school and all that. That's my belief. So here we are. We're going to build this bus out. We've got all this demolition to do before we can even start building it. But that's what our purpose, that's what our dream is. The bus's name is Barnabus. To give you an idea about Barnabus, Barnabas is a prophet in the Bible. Well, actually, he was considered an apostle in the Bible. What he did was basically what we're doing. Sold everything he owned to follow Jesus. And that's what we're going to do. So we've named the bus Barnabus. And My favorite saying is going on the back of the bus, and it's going to be in great big letters. So if you ever see it, you'll know it's us traveling down the highway. Saw in a church one day as I was coming home, the pastor had put on the front of a church, if God is your co-pilot, you're in the wrong seat. And that has stuck with me. God should never be your co-pilot. God should be leading you in your life. When we bought this bus, we didn't have any money. We got a good deal on the bus. Yes, we did. I had one of my old contracts that I had sold tables to back when we owned our company, our furniture company, Carolina Benchworks. We had a contract with a company, and they called us and ordered a lot of picnic tables, which we're still in the process of building. But they paid us for all of these tables. We had enough money left over after buying all the lumber and paying for everything to get these tables to them. We had enough money left over that we were able to buy this bus. And you can't tell me that that wasn't God. There's no way you could tell me that. So we're doing a lot that we can do. Like I said, we started a GoFundMe page. It's our mission to share God's love. We've gotten some donations, not a lot. You don't need a lot. I'm not asking for a lot. But we've gotten enough to where we've bought cases of Bibles. And that's what we're doing. We're going to hand out Bibles. We're going to talk to people and share God's love. That's what we're here to do. That's our purpose. What better way to do it than live in our own bus and do it? The bus is going to be totally off the grid. We're going to put solar panels on it and all that. I'm going to film throughout the build so you can see what I'm doing, see the progress that I'm making. And my wife will be in the videos with me, as well as my grandkids. It's me and my wife. We've been married 13 years. We have 5 children, 3 grandchildren. You're going to hear us referring a lot to Chuck. This is how Chuck wants it done, or this is how Chuck does it, or something like that. The person I'm referring to is, if you've ever watched anybody building buses, building schoolies and all that, if you look on YouTube, there's a builder called Chuck Cassidy. Highly respected in my book. He's a quality builder. He does it right. He doesn't cut corners. And I have a lot of respect for him. Never met the man. Never talked to him at all. Just watched his videos. But that's all I needed to do. He's very good at what he does. And I will probably be reaching out to him at some point. One of the things that we want to put on this bus is a solar system. And we want to use that Vitron solar system that he talks about. I have never installed a solar system in my life. I have no idea of what I'm doing at all. And there's going to be some things. I mean, I've done construction and built things all my life. I've built houses. I've built furniture. I've built all kinds of stuff. But there's going to be areas of this bus where I don't know what I'm doing. And I'll be reaching out to him. So if you hear us referring to Chuck, that's who we're talking about. It's Chuck Cassidy. But onward, we're going to begin the demolition part of this bus. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a long time. We're not going to be able to use any of these cabinets. We're not going to reuse any of them. They're plywood covered in Formica. And it worked great when it was a Bloodmobile. Ain't a Bloodmobile no more, people. So we're going to get rid of the cabinets. I'm going to save all the hardware off of them, of course. I'm going to take what I can and I'll sell it on Facebook. Maybe get some more money to put into the bus. Did order my first part to it yesterday. Got a Class 5 trailer hitch to put on the back of it, because we intend on pulling a trailer and putting we have a 2016 Chevy Tahoe, and we're going to put it on the trailer. There's plenty of cabinets underneath the bus to put all of our tools. Plus, I intend on, if possible, I'd like to find a trailer it's probably going to be about 28 feet long. I want to have enough room to put our Tahoe on the back of it, but I want the front to be enclosed, so like an enclosed trailer, so that I can put all my tools, my table saws, my chop saws, all my tools in there. And that's basically all we're keeping. Other than for what we can put in this bus, everything else goes. And we're going to travel. Like I said, I'm 57 years old. I don't know how much time the good Lord's given me. So I'm going to take advantage of the time I got. And I'm very lucky that I have a wonderful wife that supports me in all of my dreams. And sometimes my harebrained ideas, but she's right there the whole time. So, that being said, let's build our bus. Thanks for watching. At the bottom of the screen, there should be a subscribe button. I don't know, I'm kind of new to this YouTube thing. There should be a subscribe button down there. Subscribe to us. That way you can watch these videos as I make them. If you want, feel free to send us an email. You can send it to my company that we've got right now. It's called Shoreline Power Washing at AOL.com. Just if you have any questions, give us a shout. I'll try to answer them. Like I said, I don't know everything. Never claim to know everything. About building a bus or about the Bible. I will say, I did just finish the Bible. So that was a big stepping stone for me. I just finished reading the Bible, and guess what? I started all over again. Because there's things you don't learn the first time. So just follow us, people. I'll try to make it enjoyable, entertaining, and maybe you'll learn something along the way. Maybe I'll learn something along the way. Who knows? Thanks for watching.